Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for August. I hope you are doing well and I hope you guys had a lovely month of July. We're moving into August energy and of course we're already, dealing with Leo. So I was like, let me put my red nails on and some bright colors because we're gonna need all the positive energy we can get, okay, with all these retrogrades and squares and things like that happening right now. Yeah, we need to find pleasure and happiness in the smaller things in life that life has to offer. Often the most, the things that take you by surprise, like a beautiful sunset that you weren't even focused on, or that you didn't necessarily order that morning, but it happens. It's a moment. It just all of a sudden exists. It's there and it grabs you and you're just taking it in. And I feel those type of moments will come around more and more. Like you might actually just take your dog for a walk and you pass by and all of a sudden an old friend is sitting there and invites you in. It's like, hey, come join us, so you have a drink, actually had a great laugh and a talk and, nice lunch, or, an afternoon little, dip and things. And it's just like you walk back home, you're like, wow, surprisingly, it was like such a nice afternoon. I wasn't even, planning on that. I just showed up and something, mirrored itself back to me. So in the moment things, that's where the magic is at during this August. Well, especially the first 3 weeks of August. So basically, Taurus, I was getting a separated message for you guys, and it was literally also the word separation and separated, but it had to do with like the distance of dealing with certain emotions and the depth of that. And I'm sensing that there are some unresolved emotions or things you haven't expressed yourself about, where that's to your partner or to someone that you normally would expect being there, or just going into the depth too, for example, like I said, with your partner or something like that, or with like your mother or whoever, it's like a person. I'm sensing that there might have been some level of expectations, for example, from your partner, and it just wasn't in alignment. And so I'm sensing that there might be some unresolved emotions and things stored in the womb. Okay, I'm just going to be really honest. If some of you have like a child wish and you really are trying to make it work and are doing all the things, but for some reason it's not taking or something, I'm sensing there's a lot of, like, in the month of July and June and July, like there might have been a lot of unresolved emotions stored inside the womb. And I am sensing a release of that, but just so you know that is not something that can be worked through or can be released, but it's something you have to consciously work with and work towards. So if that has to do with not being able to conceive in a way that you wish, or I'm sensing that working with that energy and releasing yourself, and it could be through something completely different, like a dance class or something, where you really are becoming one with a rhythm, and like for example a salsa class or something. You just move your body to the rhythm and you're really aligning with the salsa and the drums and the things, and it's just this trance energy. That is something that could definitely help you release some of that tension, and your womb really responds very well to frequencies and rhythms, and just this repeatedly sort of mix of tones, basically. So that's what I was just channeling, and I wanted to lay it out on the table, and I hope that it finds the right Taurus. Yeah, so that's something that I just really wanted to share. I'm gonna jump in. I forgot to put this over, but let's just start with your reading right now. Yes, let's get some goddess clarity and guidance. Here we go. Go outside. Yes, and you have blossoming. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Okay, that doesn't necessarily only mean stepping outside your house or your van or whatever and get that fresh air. Sometimes it's also getting outside your own head and expressing yourself, having a one-on-one conversation with someone, expressing yourself, just showing up. Like I said, you can go out with your dog and then all of a sudden you show up and something aligns and something in the moment just spontaneously takes place, and being open for that. So going outside yourself, opening up your aura for those experiences, they will align with you and they will bring you something that you didn't know you needed. And that those moments will align if you open up for it. You don't have to read into them too deeply. Just allow them to just happen and go with it. And they will bring you something that you just simply don't know you need. And it only can be experienced in the moment. And then afterwards you're like, I didn't even know I needed this, but it felt really good. I missed this. I didn't even know I missed this, but I did. And now I don't, because I have it and I'm filled up. And it might, in just overall, you can do things this month, for example, like every day you go out for a 10-minute walk. If you want to end up being like way longer, go do your thing. But like every day you commit to like going outside for 10 minutes walk. And if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you want to like take the bike and go a little bit further away from your house, or I don't know what you have going on. Maybe you have like a skateboard you haven't touched for so long, and just try it out for a ride. Just go outside and commit to that on a daily basis. And the 21st day, you will definitely feel a shift and a change that is like sort of becoming part of the nature. You are becoming part of nature again, Taurus, and sort of blossoming and blooming into the groundedness of it all. So look, so beautiful. You are just getting started. So have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. Okay, so they want you to understand that these steps are just the first step. So don't have high expectations that you might have if you would be in that situation for like a month or for 5 years. It's like you're just getting started. You're starting to commit to something. You're starting to change something. You're starting to heal something. So don't be too hard on yourself, and just continue to commit in whatever way is possible for you, in whatever way is comfortable for you. But as long as you continue to commit. For example, some people, they want to get in shape. And then they're like, I'm going to go to the gym 6 times a week. And then they do it. They definitely do it. The first week they go 6 times. The next week they're like, ooh, I'm really sore. And like, I don't know. And all of a sudden I have these things on my schedule. And then they end up going like 3 times. And then they feel so guilty about the other 3 times they didn't win, because I said I'm going to go 6 days. Then the next week they probably end up going 2 times. And then they're like feeling so bad. And then maybe next week they don't even make it to the 1 day. And then everything is just off the table, because it's like, what's the use anyway? There's no use for me going to the gym, for like 1 time a week, so I'm not going to go because it's not going to give me the results. Like, okay, calm down. Just calm down. If you want to get in shape, and you have this thing like, I don't have money for a gym right now, or I don't want to commit to a gym in the area because I don't know where I will be in a couple months. So it's like, all these things, just commit to one thing at a time. All right, if you want to get it, for example, in shape and stuff, and you want to just doing some push-ups or some ab exercises or something like that, instead of starting with like 50 ab exercises, like repeatedly of like 50, a set of like 5 sets of 10, just say, I'm gonna start off with 10 a day. No matter what, I can do 10 a day. Everyone can like do 10 a day, period. Of course, if your health allows it. But so do that for like a week, so it gets in your system. It's just 10 a day. It's just 10 a day. Then maybe a week after, you like add 2 or 5, or maybe you want to add 10, or like on 3 days you want to add 10, and on the other days you just want to stick to the other 10 that you're already doing. By slowly but surely committing and building it up and making it something you do, and because you only have an expectations of 10, you do it and you feel good about it. Maybe not the first time, but like, you did what you said you were going to do. And so you committed to it, and you stick to the commitment, and you kept your own promises. And it's not just with working out, it's with multiple things. Like, for example, with journaling, it's like maybe one time a week you really want to sit down, have a moment to journal, instead of doing it every single day, because if you miss 3 days, you're already going to feel a way about it, and then it's not even giving you energy. It's kind of just taking up space and making you feel guilty, and then it's a low frequency again. So it's not serving you, it's draining you. Being just conscious about certain decisions, and about jumping in and committing, because if someone can commit to a goal or thing, it's you guys. But don't burn yourself out, along in the process, but also bully yourself towards the end destination. This is something I want to lay on the table. For some of you, maybe not resonating. You're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't bully myself. I don't do none of that. I'm fine. I just wanted to put the message out there, okay? Let's move forward, Taurus. Let's see what the tarot has for you. Whew, there we go. 2 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So that's you. Okay, so that's really, really good. Some of you, you're dating 2 people at the same time, and you're like, I'm just checking out. I am just seeing, what's out there. So that's okay, as long as you communicate about it and be open and honest about it. It's fine. You're just getting to know 2 people at the same time, or maybe 3. I don't know. Some of you may be dipping that with 4. I don't know. I'm not coming from a place of judgment. It's just getting to know people, right? So with the 2 of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I'm definitely seeing like you committed to not just one goal, but like multiple things. And the 8 of Pentacles, it's just you are trying to find something outside of a project you might have been working on, or something you might be focusing on, and you just love spending your time and energy there. You just love building that. You just love, but it kind of just, sometimes when we have that one thing, it's really hard to do other things for fun or for this or that, when you don't feel you get the same level of you don't have the same level of like connection to, or you get that same energy back. But it is important. So once again, yes, work, yes, do all your things, put in the time and energy and effort, because you guys do have a 10th house full moon on the 12th of August, and with that you also have like the new moon in Virgo at the end of the month, which is your 5th house. So it is all about creation and things like that. And for a lot of you, it might have to do with like second incomes or finances, and making it rain, in your own way. But once again, don't miss out on those other moments of life where life happens. Like I said, when the sunset just shows up at your front door, you're like, go outside, go sit outside and enjoy it. Take a moment. You deserve that, and it gives you something. And if someone just calls you up, say, listen, I'm going to the beach tomorrow, you want to join? You can come with your own car, so you can leave whenever you want, but at least show up. I haven't seen you in 100 years. Then try and make an effort to go. And once again, you can show up with your own car, with your own bike, and have your own ride, so you have your own exit. And you can make sure that if he's like, okay, I've been here for 2.5 hours, had a lot of fun, great, thank you, but I'm going home because I have this thing to finish, and I don't want to feel bad about that either. But I could dip and dap, and I could combine the 2. So the 2 of Pentacles says it's about the balance, and you can make it work. Just some of you, it's time to sort of let go a little bit of convincing yourself that the only thing that makes you happy is work. I get it. Okay, let's move forward. The 8 of Swords is here. Okay. Yep. And the Queen of Swords is here as well. And then you have the Temperance. Yeah. So you kind of are in your mind about taking it easy, taking a little bit more time off or something like that, or trusting the universe, and the universe has your back. But those nudges are just coming from fear. Okay, so there's another way of working on that self, on healing yourself without the whole escaping things. Like, I'm healing by learning and teaching myself not to think about something anymore. And so I'm healed because I don't think about it anymore. It's not taking any space. It's healed. Done. Klar. You know? But it's not that easy. So 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands. Yeah, you have some frustration you have with, you know, the universe, God, whatever, you know, whatever label you feel comfortable with. You know, I always, you know, just say the universe. It's like you trust it, but you don't. You're like, I trust it, but I don't see results. It's like, I don't know. It's even anti feeling, but you will have a clearer vision soon. And if you are a little bit lost in like what pathway to take, understand that there will be more options that will make themselves known in divine timing. Okay, so in that timing, things will become more and more clear to you. Because we're like, it's poor timing. It's really poor timing, but it's not. You see, the devil is here as well. So yeah, the devil. Yeah, exactly. So you're breaking through unhealthy patterns. Could have been a Capricorn energy, but I'm sensing that I'm hearing like loosening up a little. That's what they say, right? That's what I was hearing, but it was very vague. It's like, loosen up a little, you know, live a little, loosen up a little. Like, it's gonna be okay. So if you allow that to loosen up a little, just keep on saying that, you understand that there are ways out. And if there's not a clear vision or a clear option available that you would actually like, understand that it's not showing up just yet for your highest good, because you have to work through something and let something go and release a certain thought pattern and belief, or pushing yourself to like true things mentally, spiritually, physically. It's whatever ways. It's just, you can't control divine timing. No matter how hard you try, you can definitely try. You could spend your whole life trying to like force it to be the perfect timing, because that's what you want, that's what you're craving, that's what you think you need, when there's something much more better out there for you. But because you don't know, kind of feel like holding on to the options available, the one that seems the most attractive to you, and then you're mad or frustrated that's not the option that's working right now, when you're like, but that's the best option for me. But like, what if there's a way better option? And you're so full of focusing, you know, with the 8 of Swords, on limiting yourself by thinking that this is all there is. But maybe tomorrow morning in the shower you have this really good insight, like a really good different idea. It's like, you know what, that sounds way better. Why didn't I think about that sooner? Why did I waste my 6 months on like forcing something to happen that wasn't even happening? And now, and it wasn't even any space in my mind to even think about beyond that. I was limiting myself. It's like you're having those inner conversations with yourself. And for everyone, it's like on different levels, obviously. But I'm sensing that the moment you open up, like I said, you're opening up, you're leaving the house, or physically or a mental house, you're opening up a conversation, you're letting things start connecting to, from your internal world into your external world. That's the moment where you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should. Like, I feel like you were really deaf there for a little. You weren't hearing. You were listening, well, maybe, but you were like, weren't listening or hearing things. It was just like you were there, but you weren't really there. And that's okay, because even those phases in our life teach us so much about ourselves and about who we are, and what our needs are to feel happy and content, and what's truly important, and what really lights us up and what drains us down. So, all right, Taurus, that's your reading for August. I hope there were some things in there that were helpful for you, because it was really like personalized almost. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm sending you a big hug and have a beautiful month of August. I'll be back soon. Bye.